I'm coming to you live from the city centre of Adelaide as we go through the East Parklands here on the old Formula One track. I am headed to the Indian dealer, our one and only Indian dealer in Adelaide, because they have the annual Come and Ride Day. I've never been on one before. I'm super excited. We've got a bit of sunshine out. There was some rain last night for the first time in almost 6 months. It appears to be fairly dry now. So I'm excited for this. This is the first time I've ever been on an Indian, and I've admired them from afar. They've always looked tremendous in my eyes. And now I've booked myself in for the, not quite the top dog, but the full weight, heavyweight Indian Chieftain. They will have a brand new demo model all lined up for me to ride, and it is quite a ride. It's not your usual 10 minutes round the block ride. We are actually going for 40 minutes, or 40 or 45 minutes, I think they said in the email. It'll include traffic, suburbs, highway, and some hills. So everything and anything you could want should be good. I am slightly worried about the size of the bike. It is 360 something kilos. It's over 100 kilos heavier than this Harley I'm on right now. And I remember the first ride on this bike, I thought, how am I going to get it around a corner? Of course, that only lasts for 5 minutes or so before you get your head around it. But those initial first moments on a new bike, especially one much bigger than you're used to, it gets the heart rate going. So there's that. There's also, this engine is 1.8 litres, and from every review I've ever read and seen on YouTube, it's got plenty of power down low. It's a solid torque motor, so I've got to be respectful of the power. I do suspect it'll be quicker than this 1200cc Evo motor in the Harley. And yeah, I'm worried about how will I get around a corner, these normal sorts of things. That and the fact that this thing retails for $39,000 Australian. It's not something you want to lose your concentration on. Alright, here we are, Indian headquarters, also Ducati headquarters, where I bought my 899 from. Fun fact. Alright, let's check it out. I've been informed this will be the Indian Chieftain I'll be riding. It's actually a 2018 model. These bikes are from the Melbourne dealership, and that's what they sent over, so I'm not going to argue. It's a free ride. It does have stage 1 pipes on it, which is pretty neat. I do know from a fact of riding near them, completely stock, they sound a little too quiet for me. Yeah, we've got the full windscreen, fairing, saddlebags, lockable hard panniers, leather, soft and thick. Should be good.
So that's fully up.
Right, I've been told how to work it, what all the buttons are. I'm just going to turn this radio off, won't be needing that. I'm going to sit on, feel the weight of it off the kickstand, and get ready. This is exciting. We'll be going in a group of about 7 other Indians too, which adds to the fun factor. All the sound and the sights. This is good. The heart rate's starting to pick up already. We're just about ready to head off.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
First gear on this heavyweight behemoth. I'm just going to duck walk it out the driveway, I reckon. I'm not going to be that guy that drops it in the car park. Alright, first gear. So far, okay. It's quite a busy road, this one. I have no idea how we're all going to get out together. There goes the leader. I'm just going to go. Well, there it is. Where's the shifter? I just kick the air. Here we go. Up the gears. So far, so good. Tell you what, this throttle is light as a feather. It's just hard to describe it. It's incredibly soft to the touch. The clutch is also very light. The Harley I ride is a light clutch too. They're probably quite similar. Maybe the slight edge goes to the Indian. They require about 1/8 of the force my Ducati Superbike used to have to operate the clutch. So there's our fearless leader up front. So Andy in the white helmet's going to lead this whole ride, and we'll just stick behind him. And we'll keep it shiny side up. So here we go, first gear. Alright, I've located the shifter, we've got that down. Alright, this is going to be my first corner, if you don't include coming out of the driveway. So this moment had to come sooner or later. I have to get this thing around a corner. Such a nice dash to look at. Oop, sidetracked by a Mustang. Nice. Alright, green light, here we go. About to corner a Chieftain. Little wide, but we got around. That was actually much easier than I thought. It's actually quite light to tip in. That's only my first corner, but yeah, that was definitely light to get it into the lean and get it around the corner. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but this road has some potholes in it, and these, well, manholes. They're like potholes because the road drops a couple of inches here. I'm just driving straight over them. I would usually avoid them on any other bike, and this thing is soaking up the bumps like a damn Cadillac or a Holden Statesman. It is a smooth ride. I'm just plowing over bumps like they're nothing. I'm not even feeling them. Tremendously comfortable. As you saw at the start, there is a bunch of other Indians around. I cannot quite hear this motor. The exhaust, although being a stage 1, it is being drowned out by the other bikes around. It's not particularly loud, but we're only putting around at 60 k's at this point, so we'll see if it picks up the decibels shortly when we get faster. The windscreen is up to its highest level. This is an electronic windscreen, like power windows in your car, for example. You can adjust the height. I've got it up to pretty much its highest level, purely because I've never been behind a windscreen on a motorcycle before. I want to see how much wind it does block out, test out the entire experience. I can hear wind buffeting at 60 k's coming from it. I'm pretty sure the microphone on the camera will pick it up as well. But if you are hearing that, that's what that is. I'm hearing this in real time as well. Boy, it's well balanced at low speed. I can creep at a snail's pace on this thing, and it's so stable. I've only been on the bike less than 5 minutes, and already I'm comfortably able to weave through traffic. Trust me, I will not do anything on this bike that I'm not comfortable with. With its $39,000 price tag, there's no risky business here today. I'm going to stick well within my comfort zone. And that was there, just, boy, at a snail's pace, it's very stable. At least so far. We haven't hit any real corners yet, so let's not get too excited. But first impressions, bike is very smooth. Yeah, I'm not sure if that wind buffeting is because I've got the windscreen at its highest point or if there's some weird crosswind going on, but it's deflecting wind straight from the top of the windshield into my helmet, which is creating that buffeting sound that I can hear anyway. I've been told with the windscreen at its lowest point you hear nothing. So yeah, but I just want to test it out at its highest level. See if the highway's any different. So up the road a little bit here, we get to go from 60 to 90 or 100, and then we'll see what it's like. I'll give it some herbs and spices too through the throttle. Road's nice and clear, so when it changes, speed limit changes, we'll be able to catch up to our leader Indian, and I'll give it a wrist pull. Alright, here we go. And this dingling pulls right in front of me. Fantastic. Alright, it picks up to 100. Easy though. There is plenty of torque, plenty of power. I wasn't quite able to mash it like I wanted to with that car pulling in front. Yeah, the windscreen does deflect I'm experiencing no pressure from my waist to my shoulders. So we're going to carry on up this freeway for a little while longer, then we're going to peel off and hit some twisty stuff. Where we're actually going, I never ride. In fact, I've never taken a motorcycle there before. Yeah, so I'm no expert on this road. I'll be watching our leader. Also, again, first time on the heavyweight bike, so expect me to, I don't know, cause a massive queue behind me with my grandma cornering skills. And it's a 25 hairpin first up. All right, here we go. That felt super slow, but a quick glance at the speedo, which I do not recommend on a hills road you're not familiar with. I was actually well above the posted sign limit, so there's that. There is water on the road up here as well. So again, not my bike. We're going to pussyfoot a little bit. But boy, it's stable. So easy to tip in, so light. Oh, excellent. But I'm going to run out of superlatives for the way this thing corners. It's so easy. Fantastic. I'm checking my mirrors to see if I'm holding everybody up, and I cannot see anyone in the mirrors. We actually gapped them. I would not have expected that at all. I'm no pro rider or anything. This is, again, first time, completely foreign bike, much more heavier than what I'm used to. But it's so capable. It inspires tremendous amount of confidence. I know I sound like one of those cornball riders, YouTubers that are just singing the praises of the bike, but it's actually true. Trust me, if this was nonsense, I wouldn't be giving it to you, but it's so easy, it's so effortless. This is sure-footed as a mountain goat. It feels like I'm on a 360 kilogram ballerina here, prancing around on its tiptoes. But I don't want to get too excited too early. We've got more hairpins, left and right. We've got to keep our head in the game a little bit. Also, we've got to watch the speed. This is deceptively, you actually go faster than you think you are on this thing, which again is baffling. I feel like I'm crawling at a snail's pace, but I'm actually not when I glance down at the speedo. And cops love our hills roads, so they can be hidden in the bushes anywhere, and we don't want that. God, how easy it is to tip this thing in. I almost don't want to say it, but this thing tips in easier than my Harley, which is a Sportster-based model. Incredible. A Sportster-based model with tiny, narrow tyres, which makes it even easier to get into a lean. This thing is effortless.
You cannot be serious!
It really does. It does handle better than my much lighter Harley. Can you believe that? No, I can't believe it. Tremendous. I don't know if it's just one of those old wives' tales, because I came from a sports bike background where you look at the old men on their big heavy baggers, they can't go around corners, they're slow and they're this and they're that. In 2019 or 2018, this model, it's actually nonsense. These things will corner as fast as you want, seemingly. I could have taken those corners much, much quicker. I feel like I've been pussyfooting around, but every time I glance at the speed, I'm well above the posted sign limit, which isn't that hard to do, granted, but this is my first time on the bike. It corners so well. I don't understand it. It does have a low center of gravity. That must work for it. I didn't do physics in high school at all, but alright, our fearless leader he's speeding a bit there. I thought those cars in the bushes may have been undercover cop cars, so I've backed off. I'm not going to crack more than the speed limit, especially on the straight bits. The torque of this thing too, out of the slow corners, is not scary. It's not going to jump out of your hands. It's not 1.8 litres. You've got to give it some respect. You certainly have to respect it, but it's not going to piff you off over the guardrail as soon as you peel on the power out of the corner. It's so easy to ride. I can't stress this enough. This is child's play to turn in and lean in and tip in. All those things. So we've pulled off to the side up here. We're going to wait for the other guys to catch up before we carry on. It looks like. And yeah, shoots up the highway speed easy, no problem at all. There is still that wind buffeting at 90 and 100, so definitely would take the advice of the others and lower the windscreen to get rid of that. Kind of sounds like when you're in a four-door sedan and the rear windows on the rear doors of the car are lowered and you're going along and you've got that choppy helicopter sound. That's what I'm picking up. First roundabout on the Chieftain. These are very tight roundabouts. I've been around it before. My sister lives out this way, so let's check it out. First gear. Off camber as well. That was easy. Alright, we've got another one up here. This one's even a little bit tighter. So roundabout number 2. Maybe take it in second gear. No scraping of the floorboards. Have you noticed I haven't even touched... I could get lower on all those corners I've taken in the hills. I was expecting I would scrape the floorboards easy. Not once. They haven't touched. I've left leaning angle on the table. I could have, for sure, taken it in a much more aggressive and still been comfortable. Right, we'll rock it back up the freeway speed. Check out the dash of the tunnel. They got the Indian logo on the infotainment screen there. Looks $1 million. That's a Harley I can hear, and it's the Street 500 Learner Legal model. So the Harley Street 500 bike is louder than this Indian with stage 1 pipes. A little embarrassing, but yeah, stage 2 and stage 3. Don't worry, you can redeem your sound. Boy, it's so easy to ride slowly. So stable. It's like there are magnets in this bike that holds it in an upright riding position. I must say the Scouts in front of me and behind me sound a little better. Maybe they have better pipes on them, but we'll pull over here again to wait for the others. Whoop. We're holding up traffic a bit here. Might just scoot up this footpath and wait on the driveway. I would never do this if I wasn't comfortable. This footpath's on an angle, off camber again, and I'm at walking pace on a 360 kilogram bike, but this is so easy. This really is a premium product. I mean, obviously the price tag's up there at 39 grand on road, but in this case, you get a lot for your money. I mean, this thing turns heads. Not just me. The detailing is everywhere. There's the Indian logo embossed. We got chrome, we got leather, we got studs. 1901, when the dynasty began, is stamped in various places. We've got a stereo we're not using, satellite navigation. It is a luxury touring bike, but as I've proven in this ride, and it wasn't my intention to prove anything, I just wanted to ride the thing, it's at home, in the city, in traffic, around the most twisty. I mean, those are some diabolical hairpin, tight, slow speed, off camber, positive camber corners we did in the hills there. And the road surface is a little rough and wet in places. It does it all. I'm just blown away. I thought it would be a good bike, but the price tag's high. It's got to have something to back it up. I didn't know it would be this good at all. This has really taken me by surprise. I am going to book a test ride of the Harley Davidson Road Glide, one of those similar class bike with the saddlebags, panniers, windscreen. with a new Milwaukee 8 motor, just for a comparison. I'll see which really is the best American twin-cylinder bike on the market. But at the moment, just riding this thing, I know it's easy to say when you're on the bike, it's going to be difficult to beat this. Fun fact, this is the most dangerous intersection in the whole state. It's been upgraded since I was last on it, and turns out it's not that dangerous. We've just gotten through it. Yep. I would avoid that all the time. I would never go through here. Just testing out the low down power. I do this often on my Harley, just nail it a little bit at 60 k's and it throws me back in the seat and I'm met with this incredible growl. You can do it on the Indian, it's just not quite the same. Gives you a bit of a growl. It doesn't quite throw me back the same though. Could be, maybe that is because of the weight, or it needs some more RPM to really feel the power on this thing. But the power is not that scary. It's not going to get away from you at all. It's a very smooth bike. That's one thing I do prefer on my Harley is the instant rush. I mean, it is modified, but you can't quite get the same feeling doing that on this Indian. This guy to the left of us is tripping over his tongue looking at 7 Indians riding along together. I don't say that to brag. I say that because I would be exactly the same in his position. It's reassuring knowing that there are other people in the world that find these machines incredible to look at. It's such a spectacle on the road. Alright, that's it. Back to the dealership and it looks like we're done. Now we've got to walk it back and park it. In summary, this is a tremendous bike. Incredibly light on its feet. Stable as a mountain goat at low parking pace speeds. Stunningly detailed to look at, as all the Indian models are. Tremendous handling that defies logic and physics when you consider its size and weight on paper. Fantastic ride. If you're looking for a premium, you don't see it everyday bike to ride across country or ride around in the city, putt around in the suburbs, it does everything. This bike literally does everything and it does it really well. You must consider this Indian Chieftain.
The finish on this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Behind you, just looking at it, it is just it's a glorious bike.
It's
bloody really nice.
Yeah. It rides as good as it looks. It's I could not believe it going around the corners. I was like, this is defying physics right now. I was expecting a big lumbering, and I was like, what in the world?
It did take me a bit to get used to it.
Yeah, it does. Like it's not your bike as well, so obviously don't be a hero. But goodness me, it's so light.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't believe it.
It's just that colour is. I had never thought of that colour before. But just sitting behind you thinking, oh, that is beautiful. You know, the accents, the tank is lovely.
Yeah. That's probably reflective at night. I know not everybody has 39 grand sitting in their bank account to buy a bike, but there are plenty of people out there. You know who you are. You must consider this bike. This is it. What a great piece of equipment.
Glorious, no, I won't give it